Computer. All right, here we go. We are recording and live. Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Natalie Nicole Sahutska. I am doing a training on stories today, and it's going to be a presentation style. So it's my first time experimenting with doing a PowerPoint on Canva. I'm going to share my screen so that way it is up and ready to go. This is something that I've literally never done, so we'll see how this presents. All right, so Canva is something that I've been playing with in recent. It is super easy once you kind of get the hang of it. Took me a little bit, but I had my good friend Cassie that's on here. She helped me figure this out. Can you guys see all of this okay? I may have to move my little people around. I don't know. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you guys can see this. So I want to teach you guys how to slay on stories. And this is the first official training for Dream Team Social. I launched my very own social media coaching group. I do focus on Instagram because I absolutely love Instagram. For many reasons. Can you guys see this okay, or is this stuff like in the way from the Zoom? I hope it's not, because I can't tell. Okay, so I am Natalie Nicole Sutska. I am the owner of Natalie Nicole Consulting. Yes, you guys can see it. All right, cool. I'm the founder of Dream Team Social. Whoops, let's not do that. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. So I dropped out of college at the age of 24, and I think that this is something that's important to know, because if you know me and my, previous past with network marketing, you may think, oh, she went to school for marketing. Oh, she went to school for business. I have some college, but I don't have the extent of college that you guys may think. I actually dropped out in the middle of my bachelor's. I was like a year in, and I said, this is not for me. I was going to my favorite dream college. Then I was also in sales when I was younger. I worked in accounting. I worked in nightlife. And then network marketing found me, which was a stepping stone to my business, Natalie Nicole Consulting. So wherever you are in your life, in your journey of, wanting a presence on social media, just know that your story is happening for a reason, and it's meant to get you to where you want to go next. However, in network marketing, which I'm assuming a lot of you guys are, or you do some sort of direct sales, or some type of promoting of a service or product, if you're watching this, I was a mass enroller and recruiter for 3.5 years. 1 month I was top 2 in the whole company out of 200,000 plus distributors. I earned over $100,000 in bonuses, promotional bonuses, and fast starts. If you know what company I was with, then you know what I'm talking about. And I have built a successful 6-figure business from my cell phone. A lot of that success was because of stories. So that's why I'm leading with this as my first training, because stories are so important, which I'm going to get into. But first, I want to talk about why Instagram. I hope you guys can see all of this presentation, because for me, it's like cut off. Why Instagram? It's fitness and picture focused. So a lot of the health and wellness companies out there, a lot of network marketing companies, I should say, are the health and wellness industries. You guys are supposed to be showing results, showing that fitness lifestyle. And if you're not, that's okay. Pictures. Everything on Instagram is for, pictures, and that's what does well on there. It's the second most downloaded app in the Apple App Store, which I thought was really interesting. 100 billion people use it monthly. 1 billion people use it monthly. 500 million people use stories every day. 500 million people use stories every day. Like, if that's not mind-blowing, I don't know what is. And users will spend an average of 28 minutes on the platform in 2020. So those statistics are pretty cool. I just wanted to share that with y'all. I believe in using your personal account, whether that's you promoting yourself or you're promoting your brand or your company's products or whatever you're doing for your business. I definitely recommend your personal account. I have grown mine to over 42,000 followers in the last 7 years. It took a lot of consistency, of effort, of years of work. So don't think just poof, Natalie magically got all these followers. That's not the case. It takes time. But I do recommend switching your profile to a creator account. Creator account gives you insights, gives you more of that personal/business feel. So as you see on mine, you're able to message me and contact me directly from my profile. So this is really important. If you have your email or your phone number set up, people are able to contact you easily from this type of account. The creator account also gives you insights per story, per post, per profile. Like you can know where your profile audience is, like what time zone they're mainly at, the gender, whether it be male or females that follow you. It just gives you so much more information. So people want to know you guys. And if you're doing attraction marketing, which is how I train and mentor, meaning you want people to come to your page because they like what they see, they like what you're posting, they like what you're saying. And when you're posting on a personal page and you're incorporating products into it, or you're incorporating an opportunity into it, people are going to be like, wow, like she's a regular person like me that found, whatever you're promoting in addition to doing her everyday life. So it's easily to incorporate it versus just trying to sell it on like a business page, if that makes sense. So 200 million users visit at least one business profile daily. Why not make that yours? Why not sell to someone on your personal page, but you're kind of like hiding it, where it's not like, I'm just going to sell you stuff. And I'm going to go into that on the next couple slides. So using stories helps you connect with people. It shows you what people like to see. They will continue moving forward, and you can track your insights daily. So if you set up the creator account, it's going to take a day or two to get those insights loaded, but eventually you will be able to see if people tap to the next one, or if they exit it, or if they tap back. I don't look at this stuff every day because I'll be honest, I get into that comparison game where it messes with my head. I look at it when I want to know what's going on with my page. If I notice that my profile visits are down, or if they're up, then I'll kind of look to see like how many people are watching my stories. Did they slide off? And you kind of have to do stories in like a phase. I feel like a beginner phase, you just kind of load stuff up, see what works, see what doesn't. And then as you start getting more familiar with what your audience wants, then you can start trying different things. Oh, if I do, me cooking, do people continue watching because they want to see my, full recipe? If I do, a workout, do people like seeing me working out on live, or do they not? Stories and lives, kind of the same thing. You can kind of get a feel for your audience and what they want to see based on if people keep watching it to the end or if they exit. So that's my tip on that. Moving forward, these are my other two accounts I wanted to show y'all. So Natalie Nicole Consulting was my personal training business page that I converted to be my consulting page now. So that number of followers is kind of high considering I just started this business, but you can change the name. So I always like to say that because people are like, did you buy all those followers? I'm like, no, I switched, a previous account to that one. And then my cats also have an Instagram account. They have over 3,000 followers. I started that one over 2 years ago, or just a little bit under 2 years ago. They're 2 years old now. So the reason why I wanted to show you guys these both side by side is, if you look at Natalie Nicole Consulting, that circle, my profile picture is like elevated. It's raised, it's bold with that pretty like fuchsia, red, yellow highlight, right? So if that's highlighted like that, and you see the Persian Brothers Instagram is not highlighted, that means that people's stories like are up and live within 24 hours. So whenever I'm growing my network, I'm looking for people that have a raised icon like that. I target people that use stories specifically. So keep that in mind when you're growing your audience and you're trying to get more exposure on Instagram, which I will talk about. Are you using stories every day? Because if you're not, then people like me that only want to follow people that use stories, like you're not going to get followed. You're not going to get seen. There's more and more benefits to using stories, but that is one thing that I look at whenever I'm trying to grow my network is, are they using stories? Because you want active followers, you guys. If they're on there within 24 hours uploading on stories, you know that they're active. They're not going to be a ghost account weighing down your algorithm. They're actually going to be interacting, engaging, seeing what you're posting, and that is the main goal. Okay, so moving right along. Why stories? I feel like sometimes, the younger kids get it, but maybe if you're older watching this, you're like, but I don't get it. Like, what is the point? It shows your personality, authenticity, and it's behind the scenes posting, you guys. I love Snapchat. Snapchat is still my baby, and it's very similar to Snapchat. If you love Snapchat, you're going to get along with stories very well. You always want to start your stories with something not business related. So as you guys can see here, I have a quote, then I have like my stairs, I have my podcast. This is like an older slide that I saved. Then it shows me talking, like I had actual videos of me talking, me working out, and then something else of me and my face. So you want your real life. You want to document what you're doing and note, this is my actual house, so people know where I live. Like, it's very invasive if you're a private person, but if you just get over it real quick and just realize that everyone's showing their house and you control what you want to share. If you're not comfortable showing the actual inside or outside of your house, just pick one room and just do all your stories in there. You can make it as comfortable as possible for you. I feel like that's the biggest question I get. Well, I don't want to show my real life. Well, you're going to have to try and show us something, maybe the inside of your car, if you just want to talk on stories when you're driving, whatever the case is. I mean, like when you're parked, not driving. But you also want to use the stickers and new features to increase your reach. So this is one example where I literally got 3 times the amount of views because I use that stay-at-home sticker that's trending now because of quarantine. So if you look at it, it went from like 194 because I think I had a hashtag, then it dropped down to 126, then 370, and those are the amount of people that viewed. If you click on that and you go to the little can you guys see my pointer? Hopefully. If you look at this where it looks like the city, like little blocks, building blocks, that'll show you the insights per each actual story. So then you can see how many people saw it, the impressions, where people found it from, all the logistics of it. So if you like all the details, that's perfect for you. But here's just a basic example how literally it got over 300 views because I use that sticker, because Instagram wanted me to use it. So anytime there's new features, use them. You're going to get more visibility on that. Moving right along. So I added a video here of one of my good stories from like back in December when I was in network marketing, but I don't think it's all going to show. So I'm sorry about that. I'm still playing on how to get videos on here, but you want to make your stories interesting. Use apps like Unfold or Over to design them and size them accordingly. Sometimes if you post like a quote or a meme or something, it'll have like the borders around it. That's okay sometimes, but make sure that everything that you're designing or you're wanting to create is sized to the iPhone wallpaper. Maybe this won't even work. I took a screen record of my stories back in the day, but I don't know if it's gonna work. Nope, maybe not. All right, I'm just gonna go to the next one. Okay, so one of the most common questions I get asked is, how do you do layering? And layering is when stuff pops up at you and it kind of looks like it's going like in a sequence of like something's popping over here and then over here as you're tapping, right? So if you know what I'm talking about, and you haven't done it and you want to do it, step 1 is check your settings. So you will go to your Instagram settings, then you'll click on privacy, then you'll click on story, and then you will click on save to camera roll and save to archive. Okay, you want to save your stories as you're uploading them for many reasons, but number 1, it makes layering so much easier. So when you go to your settings, also make sure that you have allow resharing to stories and allow sharing as message. So if someone likes what they see on your stories, they're able to post it themselves, or they're able to promote it, in Messenger and send it to someone. You want your social media to be out there, like to be moved as many avenues as possible. And if you don't have all of these on, you need to turn them on because you're limiting your reach, you're limiting your connections, your networking, your visibility. So that's first. Second, plan ahead on what you want to layer. So I always type all my posts, my notes in my notes, so that way it doesn't get lost. Sometimes when you're typing in Instagram, it'll just close out and then you lose your whole post. So don't spend time typing in the platforms. Go to your notes. Your notepad should be like your journal, your diary, like where you go for everything. And I will type out like a whole paragraph. Then I will make the picture that I want. So I made this in Unfold. It's already sized for stories. And I type it, I cut it from my notepad, and then I pasted it on the stories. And then I highlighted everything I didn't want to post right away, and I cut that. So it's like I'm pasting what I want, and then I'm removing what I don't want, but I still have it saved in my queue. That way, for your next one, you can just paste it and then upload it. And as you're uploading your stories, the first one that you upload is automatically saving to your camera roll. So you just click that and it uploads. So this is also a quick video to show you guys what I'm talking about if you're not familiar with it. And this is literally from my stories today. So if you follow me, you can see it on my story. And I hope this works because it's only like 10 seconds. It's loading. So it should be popping up the next part of the stories as if you were watching the stories. And if it's not going to work, that's okay. I'll have to figure this out for next time. But basically, you can layer anything and everything. This is what takes your stories next level, I feel like. When you know how to layer, I feel like people are like, oh, wow, like she's so advanced. And it's so simple, you guys. It's so simple. You can layer with different words. You can layer with, GIFs or memes or polls. But I think the best way is just with words because it's like you're telling a story on stories. And of course, this isn't going to work. Okay. So step 4 is you want a call to action at the end. Something to tell them what to do. So if people are gonna layer, like they're gonna watch you do the layering, they're gonna tap through because they want to know what you have to say because you're giving that suspense, right? So I always do a call to action at the end because I'm planning it strategically. If they're gonna take the time to watch everything, I'm gonna tell them what to do at the end. So you tell them what to do or where to go. I like to give at least 2 options or do a poll. In recent, the polls have been kind of wonky because of all the bots. I feel like people are just, clicking the poll because they're using a bot to do automation for them and it's not personable. So I just tell people to put something in my inbox or to swipe up and join my group for the Zoom invite. So when you have 10,000 and more followers, you get that awesome swipe up feature. Then you can literally link any link you want to your story post. So that way people have easy access to just click and go. I had my actual Facebook group linked to that one. But I've also linked, like my products whenever I was selling for the previous companies I was with. You can also direct people to, add you on TikTok, whatever the case is, like wherever you want people to go, direct the traffic with using those links. They're very, very informative. And stories turn into highlights. So if you are brand new to the Instagram space and all of this stuff, then you may not know this, but if you do know this, then make sure your highlights are up to date. They expire in 24 hours. So if you're posting a lot on stories, keep in mind that it's only 24 hours that people see stuff. So I personally post every couple hours on stories, and that sounds so obsessive and a lot, but it's really not, because I will not touch my phone for a couple hours and then I will take pictures of stuff and then I'll just upload it all at once. So it's not like I'm all day, every day on my phone. I plan ahead because I've been doing it for so long. I'm in a habit of doing it. So this also, posting your stories and your highlights, this also helps your new followers and your audience know who you are, because when they expire, not everyone's going to see everything, right? But if you save them basically in your highlights and you document them there, people are going to be able to see them and get to know you. So I know I do that. Whenever someone has their story on highlights, I always go and watch it because I don't know who this person is if I'm trying to recruit them or if I'm interested in them. So it's like, think of doing all the work once, and then people can still get to know you and what you offer weeks, months, or even years later. That's what I love about highlights. It's like it's showcasing all your beautiful stories that you put time and effort into with some of the creative apps. At least that's how I justify it. And then what to post? You want to post your real life. What I focus on is fitness, fashion, food, fun times, like behind the scenes, like being silly, friends, family. Obviously, I live in Florida, so I like posting the sky and the weather because people always, they're in my inbox commenting about it, like, oh, it's so cold here, but well, it's hot here. Quotes, selfies, TikTok videos, whatever you do, you want to post that in your stories because that's what people want to see. People are nosy. They want to see behind the scenes. And sometimes I forget too, just to post the random silly stuff. I post my cats. I post things that just show people who I am. So who are you? What do you do? And if you read, show people what you're reading. If you're, in the Bible, show people what you're reading in the Bible. It's okay to show all sides of you. I talk about my addiction on stories. I literally talk about everything and anything. There's no right or wrong reason. Just obviously make sure it's tasteful. It's, polite in some way or form. You're not going to people please everyone, but make sure that it's stuff that you would want to see. Okay. Moving right along. So in order to increase your reach for your stories, you want to use hashtags, think big and relatable. So one of my favorite fitness ones is hashtag fitness motivation. I post that with one of my like workout, video slides all the time. And keep in mind, they're only like 10 to 15 seconds long. So each slide, you can do a new hashtag or you can do multiple hashtags. So sometimes I'll do like hashtag Florida life or hashtag, so like wherever you are, think of your town and you can tag that geotag too, or make it a hashtag. If there's something going on like quarantine, obviously hashtag that. You want to hashtag trending stuff. So think big and relatable. What are other people looking up right now? Probably quarantine, COVID-19, fitness, hashtag at home workout. That's a big one. Anything that's relatable to the world right now is what you personally want to be using on your stories right now. And that can change. If you're posting at night, post, nighttime thoughts. Like there's just any hashtag honestly is going to increase your reach. So don't overthink it. Just throw one on there and you can like size it and then hide it somewhere off the actual photo. You don't want the hashtag to be the focus of your post. You want the post to be the focus. So I always like to make mine really small and move them like down somewhere so that way they're not in the way. Tag other profiles and cross promote. So I don't know who you have in your inner circle, but if there's like other huge accounts that like you follow, you talk to, tag them. Whenever we did the push-up challenge and you tag 10 people, that was insane for my algorithm boosting. Like I love that. Can we please get that going again? Someone challenged me in a push-up challenge because that was so much fun. But because whenever you're cross promoting and tagging other people and then they're resharing your story, your stuff gets out there. Like you totally blow up in your impressions and in your stories, highlights, and everything. Like it's just insane what it did. So make sure you are tagging other people. If you have other profiles that you run, like I cross promote my Natalie Nicole Consulting and my cats all the time, because then it just directs traffic either way and people see your other profile. Using story stickers and GIFs, those are awesome ways to also increase your reach, because if you post something and then you put like a GIF, like let's say you're talking about football and you put like your favorite team's GIF or whatever, other people are going to comment on that being like, oh, I'm a Saints player fan too, or whatever. Like people just use those to better personalize your story. So that way it's another way to connect. All right, so I want to know, was this helpful, you guys? Did you have any questions? If you hopped on late, I am going to have the replay on my YouTube channel, but I can pause for a second if anyone has any questions. No? Okay. So I am offering 10 times more info, so to say, and personalizing what I can do for your Instagram as far as your bio, your profile, your stories. If you need help content creation, I am open to one-on-one clients right now. If you want to work with me on a more personal level, we have weekly sessions. Some of my clients just purchase like a sessions pack and they use me when they need me, basically. If they have an idea, they want to learn something, we hop on a phone call or a Zoom, and I can also offer daily assistance if needed. So one of my clients, I've been helping him design some posts to get new franchises going. And I've also been teaching him how to, create content for stories and for posts. So it's super fun to watch people grow and develop their own stuff. And also, if you are watching the replay on YouTube, please make sure you join my Facebook group. If you are enjoying this style of presentations and Zooms, let me know. I will continue doing them. And I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you so much.